Hello, welcome back to WWE 2K20 Universe Mode, and we are kicking off Monday Night Raw with the WWE Champion in action. Drew McIntyre is here to take on a competitor of Sheamus's choosing. Of course, at TLC, it will be Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus in a tables, ladders and chairs match. Neither one of these men are allowed to come into any contact with each other as per the contract that they signed going into this match. But last week Drew McIntyre chose Shinsuke Nakamura to be the opponent for Sheamus. And this week Sheamus has chosen Samoa Joe to be the opponent for Drew McIntyre here tonight. Before we get started in the video, make sure to leave us a like, subscribe to the channel. You do not want to miss out on TLC, the Royal Rumble, and then soon WrestleMania. It is going to be a wild, wild ride. But tonight, starting things off, Drew McIntyre and Samoa Joe going at it, these two bruisers right here. And Sheamus, of course, on the outside. And you can't forget what happened last week. Sheamus took advantage of the whole no contact rule, hitting a massive bro kick onto Shinsuke Nakamura after the match. Because knowing that Drew McIntyre could do nothing to save Shinsuke Nakamura, Sheamus took complete advantage of that situation. So of course, if Drew McIntyre does get involved, does touch Sheamus, then not only will the match be cancelled, but Drew McIntyre will be stripped of his WWE Championship. But tonight, Samoa Joe going after Drew McIntyre, taking a very aggressive start to this match, really taking it to McIntyre. McIntyre there catching a big clothesline, taking Samoa Joe down to the mat. Very nice from Drew McIntyre, but Drew slightly distracted by Sheamus on the outside. So Sheamus a very constant figure in Drew McIntyre's life these past few months. Sheamus has continued to get himself involved in Drew McIntyre's business, wanting that WWE Championship and thinking he'd been owed an opportunity ever since he pinned Drew McIntyre all those months ago in a tag team match, and since then he has been on Drew McIntyre's back, attacking him, trying to get this championship match, and finally he has got what he wanted at TLC. All he has to do is climb that ladder and pull down the WWE Championship, but that is going to be a very hard fought match between these two men. But for now, Samoa Joe and Drew McIntyre. Drew using the second ropes, but Samoa Joe moving out of the way from that big elbow there from Drew McIntyre. And now Joe, all very nice, getting both of the arms caught and then into a big suplex onto Drew McIntyre. Very nice indeed, and a series of punches taking down the WWE Champion right now, Drew McIntyre. Samoa Joe moving over to the centre of the ring, trying to pin Drew. 1, 2. Only a 2 count there for Samoa Joe. Drew McIntyre looking a bit tired in this one at the moment, being perhaps surprised by the amount of offense that has been given to him by Samoa Joe. But Drew moving out of the way and now catching Joe into a big pile driver. Now these two men just looking at each other from across the ring, trying to see who is going to be able to get this next move in. And Drew McIntyre wisely getting out of the ring for a second. And a second, Drew McIntyre getting in the face of Sheamus right now. Of course, he cannot touch Sheamus. He cannot touch him in the slightest, but these two men face to face right now. And now Drew McIntyre. Samoa Joe chasing him to the outside, and Drew taking advantage with a Lou Thez press. And Sheamus looking down at Drew McIntyre right now. Very wise, Sheamus picking up Samoa Joe instead, giving him some words, giving him some advice on how to take down the WWE Champion. And Samoa Joe listening very carefully to that one, but Drew, caught by Samoa Joe. Drew going for a big clothesline, but Samoa Joe getting him. And now Joe into these series of suplexes. He will not let go, refusing to let go of Drew McIntyre. Oh my goodness, 3 brutal suplexes to Drew McIntyre, and Samoa Joe now going for the pin. 1, 2. Very close there for Samoa Joe. This would be a huge victory for Joe if he can get it. If he can manage to defeat the WWE Champion, that would be a massive push up the card for Samoa Joe if he can do it. But Drew McIntyre fighting back. He will not give up in this one. He is the WWE Champion after all. He's been the WWE Champion ever since SummerSlam after cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Sami Zayn. Oh, nice clothesline there, taking Joe over the top rope. And again, Sheamus picking up Joe, wanting to get him back in the ring. That was very close there, but Drew McIntyre did not touch Sheamus. I can promise you, Drew McIntyre did not touch Sheamus, but Kikita clutch. Kikita clutch by Samoa Joe on the outside, wearing down Drew McIntyre. Of course, he cannot win at this point, but he can make Drew McIntyre go to sleep. He can make him go to sleep on the outside. Getting counted out, maybe weaken him down. Samoa Joe not releasing the hold. No one can stop him apart from Drew. But Drew eventually managing to break the arms, headbutt to the face of Samoa Joe. But has the damage been done? Has the damage been done? The Kikita clutch was on for such a long amount of time. We're back in the ring, catching the leg of Drew McIntyre. Drew going for that Future Show DDT, but Samoa Joe caught the leg, going for the pinfall, only getting a 2 count there on Drew McIntyre. Surprisingly, Samoa Joe really on top of Drew McIntyre in this one, the Kikita clutch. Oh, but never mind, the Glasgow Kiss headbutt. 1, 2. Only a 2 count there for Drew. I thought Drew had managed to turn things around there. But again, Drew McIntyre distracted by Sheamus on the outside. Maybe that is going to be his downfall in this one. Trying to run in for something big there, but Joe again, Kikita clutch for the second time, but this time in the ring. In the ring. Is Drew McIntyre going to be able to escape from the Kikita clutch for the second time? Can he do it? Can he? No! Oh my goodness, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe has just managed to tap out the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. I cannot believe that. Drew McIntyre too distracted with Sheamus on the outside, and it's cost him here tonight. A huge loss here. Samoa Joe managing to tap out the WWE Champion. Unbelievable. Wow. This could be the ascent of Samoa Joe in Universe, most certainly the biggest win of Samoa Joe's career. I'm sure Sheamus is very happy indeed with how that one went down. Wow, Samoa Joe tapping out the WWE Champion, but it is still going to be TLC, Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. That is the match that has been signed, no matter what happens on the way to TLC. But now we move on to our quarterfinals of the Tag Team Eliminator Tournament. And of course, Gloriously Strong. Of course, moving forward to the quarterfinals after defeating Lucha House Party in the first round match. And just as a reminder for you, all of these matches were filmed on one night. This is only, say, half an hour later than their first match. These guys are still quite tired after what has already happened to them. They have to do all these matches in one night. But you've got to think, Gloriously Strong, former tag team champions, they may be on the road to get back the tag team gold if they can win the Tag Team Eliminator Tournament. And while they could be my new top seeds in the tournament, but tonight they have to go up against the underdog team in this tournament. But somehow they got a huge victory, a big upset over AOP, getting their first victory in Universe Mode to get them through to the quarterfinals of this tournament. Thorne and Nese, could they go all the way? Could they get the biggest upset again? But straight away, Robert Roode catching Shane Thorne with the spinebuster. 1, 2. Shane Thorne managing to kick out, luckily. But things were not going too well for Thorne, but Nese managing to get in a sneaky tag, but Robert Roode was ready for him. Robert Roode throwing him into his corner with Roderick Strong. And as you can see, Tony Nese and Shane Thorne are a lot more tired than Roddy and Roode are. They had a lot harder fight in the first round, which is why Gloriously Strong are feeling in such a good position at this point. Roddy was trying to go to Shane Thorne, but Shane reversed, punching to the face of Roddy Strong, potentially giving Tony Nese enough time to get back to his feet. Wait a second, what is Robert Roode thinking here? Getting himself into the ring and taking down the referee. Oh, come on, Robert Roode. Roddy didn't notice Roddy going for the pinfall, but it doesn't matter. The referee is down. Shane Thorne getting in to go and break it up, but Robert Roode under the ring right now, getting a kendo stick. and hitting over the head of Tony Nese right now, taking him down. Oh my goodness, brutal attacks on the kendo stick, cheating from Gloriously Strong, and Robert Roode getting rid of Shane Thorne. Roode getting out of the ring, the referee not noticing the kendo stick on the floor, and Roddy going for the pin for 1, 2, 3, and Gloriously Strong move forward to the semi-finals next week on Monday Night Raw. After blatant cheating, they will go up against either the winners of either Moustache Mountain or Hype Air. But Gloriously Strong moving on to the semi-finals. And now we move forward to our next contest here tonight. One half of the B team in action, Bo Dallas. Now he is going to be going up against the man who will be fighting for the United States Championship at TLC, Andrade. Of course, this was Andrade's reward for helping Team Raw win at Survivor Series. Batista giving his man Andrade a huge opportunity at the United States Championship in a one-on-one match at TLC. But of course he does have to go up against Aleister Black, and that is a scary, scary world indeed. Aleister Black just undeniable in universe mode. Where's Andrade? They're trying to go through a cheap attack on Bo Dallas to start things off. Not waiting for this to get started, but Bo Dallas catching him, reversing. Both of them trying to reverse each other, and eventually Andrade getting the upper ground and now taking down Curtis Axel as well. Of course, Andrade does technically have a victory over Aleister Black, one of incredibly few men. He has technically got a victory over him in a 2-on-1 handicap match with Randy Orton. Of course, Randy did get the pin in that match, but Andrade very much involved. And when you look back at how everything has been going on between Batista, Andrade, Randy Orton and Aleister Black, it's been going on for months. Batista wanting that title off of Aleister Black, not being able to get it done, but hoping that the golden boy Andrade will be able to get to that championship away from Aleister Black at TLC. You can't deny how strong a champion Aleister Black has been, holding us to that championship for a very long time and only losing one match in this entire time since he's been on Monday Night Raw. And that was that handicap match, that 2-on-1 handicap match. It was supposed to be a tag team match with Batista. Batista bombed Tyler Bate through a table in the backstage area, making it a 2-on-1 handicap match, and Aleister Black was bested in that one. The odds were too much for him when he took on Andrade and Randy Orton. Andrade is a vicious opponent, as you saw with him attacking Bo Dallas before the match even started. He is ready. He is looking for this opportunity. He has been waiting for an opportunity like this to be able to take down Aleister Black, to be able to prove himself here in universe mode, and to be able to correct the wrong that he made at the very beginning of universe mode. He did have an opportunity at the United States Championship when it was held by Matt Hardy, but he did come up short on that opportunity due to some, well, it was a very strange old match, that one. Lots of teleporting around from Matt Hardy, lots of transformations from the strange, broken Matt Hardy, of course. The now fiendish Matt Hardy. We haven't seen the Hardys or the Fiend for quite a while at this point, since Hell in a Cell, where they took on the Club, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And since then we have not seen them since Aleister Black, the United States Champion. Well, he took it to the Fiend, hitting him with a big black mass, and since then the Fiend has not been anywhere to be seen. You know he's going to turn up again at some point, which is a very scary prospect, but Hammerlock DDT onto Bo Dallas, and that has got to be it for Andrade. Destroying Bo Dallas very easily here tonight to get a big old victory on his way to TLC. And of course, like I said, at TLC it will be for the United States Championship. Andrade versus Aleister Black, 1-on-1, no stipulation in this one. These two men going mano a mano for that United States Championship. It'll be very interesting to see who comes out on top in that one. But tonight, Andrade is standing tall on Monday Night Raw, feeling very happy with himself after being able to defeat Bo Dallas and continuing to gain momentum on the way to... Wait a second, Andrade going outside, going to get a weapon from under the ring right now. This match is already over, Andrade. What are you thinking of here? Getting in the chair, attacking Curtis Axel, who wasn't even in the match. Hitting him with the chair, now dropping the chair into the ring, going out of the ring to go and get Bo Dallas, it looks like. Yes, he is. More punishment to Bo Dallas. He's already eaten a hammerlock DDT from Andrade. But Andrade has not had enough just yet. He's continuing to beat down Bo Dallas. Big chair shot to the head. Oh my goodness, from Andrade to Bo Dallas. Just smashing him with that chair. Because none of this would be legal in his match with Aleister Black. It is a regular one-on-one match. No chair shots allowed there, but the hammerlock DDT definitely allowed. My goodness. And now we move on to our next quarter-final match in the Tag Team Eliminator Tournament. And it is Moustache Mountain. Because they got quite a big victory in the first round of the tournament. They managed to beat the Usos, the team which I thought was going to win this tournament, to be honest with you. But Moustache Mountain, they got a huge victory, managing to defeat the Usos, and they're on a roll. They're looking to take this momentum and use this as the opportunity to get themselves to the Tag Team Championships. Because Moustache Mountain, they haven't had the best luck in Universe mode. Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, they've tried so hard, and Tyler Bate has been on top of his game here in Universe mode, but has not been able to pick up the victories, not been able to get those big wins. But maybe tonight is their opportunity. Maybe this is the opportunity that they're going to get to hold those Raw Tag Team Championships. Where's in Hype Air coming out attacking before the match has even started. Mojo Rawley destroying Trent Seven straight away right now. Big elbow drop and, oh my goodness, a big springboard there from Mark Andrews. It's a very bad start for Moustache Mountain. Both of them a lot weaker than Hype Air is. Hype Air had quite an easy match in their first round with the world's strongest man, managed to get through it quite easily. Whereas Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, they had a very long match with the Usos. Lots of back and forth in that one, but Mark Andrews there, ducking underneath the lariat from Trent Seven, catching him with the big stunner there to Trent Seven, now going for the pinfall on Seven. 1, 2, but no, Tyler Bate managing to get there just in time. Tyler Bate knocking Mojo Rawley over the top rope, and now what is he looking for here? A huge, oh my goodness, but Mojo Rawley managing to get out of the way. The much bigger man, Mojo Rawley, really oversizing Tyler Bate in this one. Tyler trying to fight back. And wait a second. Oh, throw Mojo, catching him on the ring apron. Very nice, very good strategy there from Tyler Bate. And trying to get rid of Mark Andrews, but Andrews being able to take advantage using a springboard Hurricane Rana there. But Tyler Bate managed to get himself back into a big elbow drop onto Mojo Rawley. And now looking to get rid of Mark Andrews. Can Tyler Bate do it? Can Tyler Bate take down Mojo Rawley right now? This would be a big upset if they can do it. Hype Air undefeated in tag team action here in Universe mode. And catching Tyler Bate, big punches to the head. Hype Air, big tag team prospect here. They have not lost a single match and they're looking to continue that trend to the tag team championships. But Tyler Bate catching him with the big foot to the face. The rolling foot to the face. And they're getting rid of Mark Andrews again, and he has got Mojo to his feet. And oh my goodness, the strength of Bate to be able to hit the Tyler driver. 1, 2, no! Not enough, and now Mark Andrews back in the ring. Andrews back in the ring, trying to take it to Bate, catching him into that big stunner. And now going for the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh my goodness, just 2.99, that was almost over. But now again, Tyler Driver 97. Catching Mark Andrews, but Mojo's still there. Tyler Bate looking to get rid of Mojo Rawley, knocking him off the apron. Can he do it? Can he put away Mark Andrews right now? 1, 2. Oh my goodness, Moustache Mountain, a huge victory, managing to be the first team to pin Hype Air, and they move forward to the semi-finals of the Tag Team Eliminator Tournament, where they will be facing Gloriously Strong in our main event next week on Monday Night Raw. But now we move on to our main event of the evening. And of course this is all about AJ Styles. AJ Styles, well, he was very rude to our general manager, and our general manager has given him a match for TLC. It is going to be Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles. Batista was asked very personally for Kevin Owens to beat down AJ Styles after what he said to him a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, really taking the mick out of Batista for being pinned by Shane McMahon. So tonight we're having a bit of a warm-up for that match. It is a 6-man tag team match. Of course, the Raw Tag Team Champions, the club, teaming up with AJ Styles, and Kevin Owens teaming up with his personal security team, the AOP, who of course were unfortunately eliminated from the Tag Team Tournament. Of course, eliminated by Thorne and Nese in very embarrassing fashion for the AOP. Back trying to prove themselves. They would love to get a victory over the Raw Tag Team Champions here tonight. That would mean a lot for AOP. If they could do that, that would be great for them. But this is really a warm-up match for AJ Styles and Kevin Owens at TLC. After AJ embarrassed Batista, Batista was asked Kevin Owens to take down. Well, I say he asked, he didn't necessarily ask. He's kind of forced Kevin Owens to do this. He's put Kevin Owens in this position. I don't think he really gave Kevin an option, to be honest with you. But Kevin Owens will be taking on AJ Styles at TLC. And now Kevin Owens very smartly tagging out straight away, not wanting to deal with the big man Luke Gallows, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. But he is now really taking it to Razor right now. It's always impressive when you see Luke Gallows in the ring, really such a big man. But wait a second, Razor, oh my goodness, catching Luke Gallows' leg and moving him into a huge powerbomb. Unbelievable there. I'm very surprised that he had the power to be able to lift up someone like Luke Gallows like that. Very impressive indeed by Razor. Sure, the AOP haven't necessarily the best win-loss records here in Universe Mode, but you cannot deny how strong they are as a team. You've got to look back to what they did to Sami Zayn all those months ago. Kevin Owens and the AOP breaking Sami's arm, breaking his arm, forcing him to be out of action for who knows how long. You still see Kevin Owens wearing that No Sami Zayn t-shirt. He's very proud of the fact that there is no Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw anymore. Very happy that Sami Zayn is gone from this universe mode for the time being. And he's very proudly showing that off. But it just shows these are a dangerous group, a very dangerous group, Owens and AOP. And I'm sure it is quite easy to forget sometimes, but it is not a wise decision to forget how dangerous they can be. And now Razor getting the tag into Akam to try and work down Gallows some more. Big slam there from Akam to Gallows. Gallows will probably use that tag sometime soon. Getting a bit worn down by the AOP right now. Oh, big boot though. The big boot from Gallows. And now making his way over to Anderson. Yes, he is getting that tag into the other half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Carl Anderson. And now Anderson looking to get Akam back up to his feet. Of course, Akam a lot bigger now than Carl Anderson. It's very interesting when you look at the tag team of the club. Two very different sized men. Carl Anderson much smaller than Luke Gallows, but you cannot forget about their leader AJ Styles, who has now just got the tag into the match. Of course, a former, very nice former WWE champion is AJ Styles, and he has been through the wars since losing that WWE championship to Sami Zayn. He ended up kidnapped by the Fiend. Well, he managed to get out of that. He managed to survive the Fiend. Just managed to survive him, I should say. Took a month off to try and get himself back in the ring shape after that, and to deal with his psychological issues there that happen because of being in there with the Fiend. It is not somewhere you want to be in the slightest. That is a scary man to be involved with. Well, he just took a bit of time to get himself back to top shape, and he is back now, ready, trying to get back his WWE Championship. That is the goal for AJ Styles. You got to think that Royal Rumble, well, to be honest, if you want my opinion right now, I think AJ Styles could potentially be a Royal Rumble winner, a potential winner of that Rumble. I would not be surprised to see it in the slightest. AJ now going for the tag to Anderson after taking down Razor. Kevin Owens still not being in this match officially. Well, he was in there for the first 2 seconds of the match, straight away tagging out and not going back into this match. It has just been the AOP in this one, essentially making this a 2-on-3 handicap match at the moment. And again, tagging in to Akam this time. I apologise, that was Akam tagging out. Razor now in the ring, trying to take it to Carl Anderson. Yes, as I was saying, Kevin Owens not been in this match yet. Is this going to be the opportunity? Carl Anderson getting the big foot up, not sure who Razor was planning to tag to there, but Anderson managed to stop it, preventing it from happening, and now tagging in to his tag team partner, Luke Gallows, the big man in this match, big Luke Gallows. And now, big reversal there by Razor, not allowing Gallows to get the momentum straight away, and now planting all these punches into Gallows. Of course, Kevin Owens, he may say he's a former WWE champion, but of course he was not a former WWE champion. He stole that championship belt. He stole it from Sami Zayn. He did never win it. He never won the championship. He was just a thief that ends up with the championship around his belt for a few weeks. But of course, Sami Zayn did beat Kevin Owens to retain that championship. And I think that really bothers Kevin Owens that he's never officially been WWE champion. Similar to AJ, Kevin Owens desperately looking to get back into that WWE Championship scene. Both men have really fallen down the card since SummerSlam. Both men looking to make their way back up. Whoever wins this match at TLC between Owens and Styles, you got to think, definitely A, a favourite for the Royal Rumble, and B, a future opponent for the WWE Champion, whether that be Sheamus or Drew McIntyre after TLC. And now AJ back in the ring looking to take it to Akam right now. Akam going for the roll up on Styles. 1, 2. The Styles now rolling through. Styles rolls through. 1, 2. Oh my goodness, Styles rolling up Akam. AJ Styles picking up the big victory for the club here tonight with the roll up on Akam. Kevin Owens not getting in this match in the slightest. Just a 2-on-3 handicap match there, and the club getting a huge victory there with a roll-up from AJ Styles. The club getting all the momentum as they move forward to TLC, where AJ Styles will be going one-on-one with Kevin Owens, but Styles back on the winning ways, looking to get himself to that WWE Championship picture again. And of course the Raw Tag Champion standing tall here tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.